39. One pellet of cinnabar elixir found in heaven. A king, dead 3 years, lives again on earth. We were telling you about the great sage son, who could hardly bear his headache. Master, he pleaded pitifully. Stop reciting. Stop reciting. Let me try to heal him. How? Asked the elder. Pilgrim said, all I need to do is to go to the region of darkness and find out in which of the 10 kings' chambers his soul is residing. I'll fetch it and he'll be saved. Master, don't believe him. Said 8 Rules. He told me originally that he needn't go to the region of darkness, that his real ability could not be seen unless a cure was found in the world of light. Believing in such perverse tattle, the elder began to recite the tight fillet spell once more. Pilgrim was so horrified that he had to say repeatedly, I'll find some means in the world of light. I'll find some means in the world of light. Don't stop. Said 8 Rules. Just keep reciting. You idiotic cursed beast. Chided Pilgrim. You are just trying to coax Master into putting that spell on me. Laughing until he nearly collapsed, 8 Rules said, Oh, elder brother. You only know how to pull tricks on me, but you don't realize that I can do the same on you. Master, please stop. Said Pilgrim. And let old monkey find a cure in the world of light for the king. Where would you find it in the world of light? Asked Tripitaka. With a single cloud somersault. Said Pilgrim. I shall penetrate the south heaven gate, but I'll not go into the Big Dipper Palace, nor into the Divine Mists Hall. Instead, I shall go straight up to the 33rd heaven, to the Tushita Palace of the Griefless Heaven. When I see Laozi there, I shall beg him for 1 pellet of his soul-restoring elixir of 9 reversions, which will certainly make this man live again. When Tripitaka heard these words, he was very pleased and said, Go quickly, and come back. It's about the hour of the 3rd watch at this moment. Said Pilgrim. But by the time I get back, it'll be dawn. The trouble with this man sleeping here like this is that the whole atmosphere seems so dull and heartless. Someone here should mourn him, and that'll be more like it. It goes without saying. Said 8 Rules. That this monkey would like me to mourn the king. Yes, but I'm afraid that you won't. Said Pilgrim. If you won't, I can't heal him either. Elder brother. Said 8 Rules. You may go. I'll mourn him. Pilgrim said. There are several ways of mourning. When you merely open your mouth to make noises, that's called howling. When you squeeze out some tears, that's weeping. When you mourn with both tears and feelings, then we may call that wailing. I'll give you an example of how I can wail. Said 8 Rules, who pulled out a scrap of paper from somewhere and rolled it into a thin strip, which he stuck into his nostrils twice. Look at him. After sneezing a few times, tears and snivel all came out and he began to wail, mumbling and muttering protests all the time as if someone in his family had actually died. He bawled lustily, and when his passion rose to a terrific pitch, even the Tang elder was moved to tears. That's the sort of grief I want you to show. Said Pilgrim with a laugh. And you are not permitted to stop. For if you, idiot, think that you can quit mourning after I leave, you are mistaken, for I can still hear you. You'll be all right if you keep this up, but the moment I discover that your voice has stopped, your shanks will be given 20 strokes. You go. Said 8 Rules, chuckling. Once I start to mourn, it will take me a couple of days to finish. When Sha Monk heard how stern Pilgrim's reprimand of 8 Rules was, he went and lit a few sticks of incense to bring to offer to the dead king. Fine. 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 Said Pilgrim, laughing. When the whole family shows reverence like that, old monkey can then exert his efforts. Dear great sage. At this hour of midnight, he took leave of master and disciples, the 3 of them. Mounting the cloud somersault, he entered at once the south heaven gate. Indeed, he did not go before the treasure hall of divine mists, nor did he ascend to the Big Dipper Palace. Treading on his cloudy luminosity, he went straight to the griefless heaven, the Tushita Palace of the 33rd heaven. The moment he walked inside the door, he discovered Lao Tzu sitting in the elixir chamber. In the process of making elixir, he and a few divine youths were tending the fires with plantain fans. When he saw a pilgrim approaching, he immediately instructed the youths with these words: "Take care, each of you. The thief who once stole our elixir is here." Bowing to him, Pilgrim said with laughter, "Venerable sir, don't be so silly. Why take such precaution against me? I don't do those things anymore." "Monkey," said Lao Tzu, "when you caused great disruption in heaven 500 years ago, you stole and consumed countless efficacious elixirs of mine. And when we sent the little sage Erlang to arrest you and bring you to the region above, you were sent to be refined in my elixir brazier for 49 days and made me squander who knows how much charcoal. You were lucky to have regained your freedom when you embraced the Buddhist fruit and resolved to accompany the Tang monk to the western heaven to acquire scriptures. But even then, you were still giving me a hard time when I asked you for my treasures after you had subdued the demons some time ago on the level top mountain. What are you doing here today?" "I didn't give you a hard time," said Pilgrim. "Old Monkey at the time gave you back your 5 treasures without delay. Why are you still so suspicious? Why aren't you on the road then?" asked Lao Tzu. "Why did you sneak into my palace?" Pilgrim said. "After we parted, we proceeded toward the west until we came to the Black Rooster Kingdom. The king there had been murdered by a monster spirit masquerading as a Taoist able to summon wind and rain. The monster then changed himself into the form of the king, and now he sits in the Hall of Golden Chimes. When my master read the sutras during the night before last in the Precious Grove Monastery, the king's spirit appeared to him and requested earnestly for Old Monkey to subdue the fiend for him. Because Old Monkey considered the problem of evidence, he went to the Imperial Garden with 8 rules to look for the burial site. Within a well of octagonal marble walls, we fished out the king's corpse, so perfectly preserved that neither his color nor his appearance had changed. When we brought him back to my master, he was moved by compassion and wanted me to revive him. The condition was set, however, that I could not go to the region of darkness to fetch his soul, and that I must find some means to revive him in the world of light. I concluded that there was no other remedy available, and that was why I came especially to see you. I beseech the Patriarch of Tao to be merciful and lend me 1,000 tablets of your soul-restoring elixir of 9 reversions, so that Old Monkey can save the king." "This ape is babbling," said Lao Tzu. "What are you saying, 1,000 tablets, 2,000 tablets? You eat them like rice. You think they are kneaded with mud. That easy. No, go quickly. I have none." "All right," said Pilgrim, chuckling. "How about 100 tablets?" "I don't have any," said Lao Tzu. "Just 10 tablets, then," said Pilgrim. "This wretched ape is an absolute pest," said Lao Tzu angrily. "I don't have any." "Get out. Get out. You really don't have any," said Pilgrim, laughing. "I'll go somewhere to look for help then." "Go, go. Go," shouted Lao Tzu. Turning around, the great sage strode out at once. Lao Tzu suddenly thought to himself, "This monkey is such a rogue. When I told him to go, he left, but I fear that he might sneak back in and start stealing." He ordered a divine youth to call Pilgrim back at once, saying, "You ape, you have itchy hands and feet. I'll give you 1 tablet of my soul-restoring elixir." "Venerable sir," said Pilgrim, "if you know the talent of Old Monkey, you will bring out your golden elixir at once and divide up what you have with me equitably. That'll be your good fortune. Otherwise, I'm going to swipe them clean for you." Taking out his gourd, the patriarch turned it upside down and poured out 1 pellet of golden elixir. He handed it over to Pilgrim, saying, "That's all I have. Take it, take it. I'm giving it to you, you know, and when that king is revived, it'll be counted as your merit." Pilgrim took it and said, "Let's not hurry. I'm going to have a taste of it first, for I'm not going to be duped by some bogus pill." He popped it into his mouth at once. The old patriarch was so startled that he dashed forward and grabbed the skin on Pilgrim's head. Holding high his fist, he shouted, "You wretched ape! If you dare swallow it, I'll kill you. Shame on you," said Pilgrim, laughing. "Don't be so petty. Who's going to eat your stuff? How much could it be worth, this flimsy stuff? Isn't it right here?" The monkey, you see, had a little pouch just beneath his jowl, and that was where he kept the golden elixir. After the patriarch had felt it with his fingers, he said, "Go away. Don't bother me here anymore." Then the great sage thanked the old patriarch and left the Tushita heaven palace. Look at him. In countless hallowed beams he left the arches of jade. On myriad auspicious clouds he went to the world of dust. In a moment he left the south heaven gate behind and, as the sun came up, he dropped from the clouds and arrived at the gate of the Precious Grove Monastery. 8 Rules' weeping could still be heard when he approached, crying, "Master, Wukong has returned," said Tripitaka, delighted. "Do you have any elixir or medicine?" "I do," said Pilgrim. "He couldn't possibly not have it," said 8 Rules. "He would have brought back something even if he had to steal it." "Brother," said Pilgrim, chuckling, "you can get out of the way. I don't need you anymore. Wipe away your tears, or you can go somewhere to weep. Sha Monk, please fetch me some water." Sha Monk hurried to the well in the rear where there was a bucket nearby.